What is up, you guys? It is me again, okay, Courtesy. Got to stay hydrated. Oh, yes, you sure do. So, it's right here be, a sunflower. But this right here be some good old electrolyte water. Hydrates you like nothing, nobody's business. Because I need some water. I'm feeling a little weak. Alrighty, guys. So, trying to figure out what to. Alright, Alright. If God was created, then who is his creator? If God was created, who is his creator? First of all, you're seeing this title and you're seeing me talk about God being created, and you're like, what? Well, yeah, let me cut to the chase then. You know, a lot of people think that God, actually, this is so weird, actually. A lot of people think that God was created. They believe that he was created and the earth and the universe was created through the Big Bang. But that cannot be further from the truth. God says, I am the Alpha and the Omega. I have no beginning. I have no end. There is no beginning of God. That is just so mind-boggling right there. To think, to try to really focus, your mind and see, like, God has always existed. He's always existed. God has always existed. That's just crazy. It's, people believe the weirdest things. You know, that cannot be further from the truth. God was created? No, he wasn't. God is not created. He is the creator. Let me say that again. God was not created. He is the creator. He created everything, but he himself was not created. He's always been there. Always. 100%. Again, I don't know where people get these beliefs from. Well, probably, actually, no, that's not true. I do. Demons. Demons. 100%. It is pretty darn awesome, though, that God has always existed. And that when you try so hard to look back in your mind and be like, how has he always been there? Your brain starts to hurt. You start getting a little headache. And then move somewhere else. It moves on to a different topic. Why? Because that's an unlimited thought process to understand how God has always been in existence. And our brains in this body are limited, not unlimited. So that's why. Because we don't have that comprehension, or we don't have that capability to understand with our physical brains in this mortal body of ours. Now, when we are in our glorified bodies, yes, of course, we will definitely understand how God, again, but here's the cool part. Even in our glorified bodies, try not to yawn, we will be learning about God for all eternity. It's going to take an infinite amount of time to learn everything about God, because God is eternal. God is infinite. There is no limitations to God. He is infinite. He is eternal, an eternal, infinite being. And as such, it doesn't make sense that it wouldn't take eternity to learn about everything about God. It only makes sense to would take an infinite amount of time to learn everything about God. So in other words, we will never, ever learn every single thing about God. We won't ever, ever learn every single thing about God, because it's just an ongoing infinity to 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 infinity time, to learn about God. It's going to take through billions and trillions and zillions of trillions and billions of years, probably just to learn two things about him. So that's the awesome part right there. God is just so awesome. I know you guys have seen me fanboying before about God. It's true. Our Father in heaven is just so awesome. He's cool. He's awesome. I just can't explain it. He's just so awesome. God is awesome. Because he's God. God is awesome because he's God. He's merciful. He's infinitely merciful, infinitely loving, infinitely holy, infinitely just. He's never going to allow any sin into heaven. He will never allow anybody that's impure to enter into heaven. That right there is so loving of God. So loving, because if he allowed corruption to enter heaven, sin to enter heaven, heaven would become what earth is right now. A sinful, fallen world. And that's not going to happen. There's not one single stain of sin in heaven. Not one single microscopic bit of sin or filth in heaven. Everything in heaven is pure. Everything in heaven is 100% beautiful, cleansed, holy awesomeness, just beautiful forever. Nothing will ever, is or will that's filth enter into heaven. We're sinners saved by grace. The only reason why we are entering into heaven, so when you die and you come out of your body in your soul form, and if you're not saved, you're going to be covered in your sins. And they're going to drag you down to hell. But if you are a truly born again Christian, and you die and you come out of your body, you are going to be wearing a white robe with Jesus' righteousness on it and his blood on it as well, to cleanse and purify all sin or stain or filth 100%. The second you pop out of your body and you're a true born again Christian, you're going to look down at yourself and see that you're wearing the righteousness of Christ. You're going to be wearing a nice, beautiful white robe that's going to shine shinier and whiter than the whitest snow. And you will be able to enter through the gates of heaven because of his righteousness. Not because of anything that you've done to earn your salvation. Because that's not possible. but because of what he did for you on the cross to save you from your sins, if you believe with all your heart in his sacrifice, in him, in his blood, for the forgiveness of your sins. I hope you guys enjoy.